Alright, so I'd like to think that I do some pretty difficult challenges on this channel. And the boss fights are always the first thing I think about when deciding if it'd be reasonable to do. That's a lie, I never think things through. I usually find out in the moment just how fucked I am. But that's led to me finding ways to cheese every single boss in the main story of the game, and a handful of side quest bosses. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to cheese every single boss in Borderlands 2 to make this easy game even easier. First up, Knuckle Dragger. If you have to cheese Knuckle Dragger, I don't know what to tell you. The only reason I found this is because he actually became pretty difficult when I was playing with the 25 times spawns mod. The cheese spot is actually really simple. He big monkey, this small crate, big monkey can't go in small crate. The only things that can get you in here are the Monglets. Again, Bewm isn't really a difficult boss, but I've definitely struggled with him on some of the more fucked challenges. There are two ways that I know to cheese him. The first way is only gonna work if you're Axton or Gage. You just leave the arena and throw the turret or summon Death Trap from the outside, and it'll kill Bewm. The second way is by running to the back of this building and jumping on top. If you're Axton or Gage, you can summon Death Trap or throw the turret from up here, and again, it'll kill Bewm. Or you can pop out and shoot them and then go back to hiding behind cover if you get hit. They can still hit you from up here, but it's pretty easy to avoid. There are so many ways to cheese Flynt, it's not even funny. And by that I mean two. There are two ways that I know of. The easiest one is if you're Axton or Gage. Again, you can just leave the arena and throw the turret over the wall. If you're Salvador with Fistful of Hurt, or you're good with stock grenades, you can knock Flynt out of the arena down into the area below. For some reason, when Flynt is out of the arena, he won't attack you at all and you can easily kill him. Okay, technically not a boss, but if you stand up here, nothing can hit you and she'll kill everything for you. UVHM health regeneration ruins this, but if you're Axton or Gage, once again, you can just use the turrets or Death Trap. For Bad Moth, you go over here behind this crate, you can lure him over to this corner, hit him with a stock grenade, and he'll fall to his death. What an idiot. The second way to cheese Bad Moth is by standing next to the gate. He'll follow you all the way over there, and then you can just get into a car and shoot him. He'll immediately start running away, so if he gets too far, you can just go back inside and he'll follow you to the gate again. Like I said, what an idiot. I don't know any way to cheese the Warden and the Bloodshot Ramparts, but if it goes to Gulag, you can hide behind this crate and nothing will attack you. If you're Axton, you can throw the turret over the wall. You get the idea by now. This big dumb ostrich has maybe the dumbest cheese spot. But first, let me just show you how easy he is to kill in general. If you have the fastball, he just stops existing. But if you hide over here by the fast travel station, he won't target you at all. He's like a child without object permanence. As soon as you cross this line, he forgets you were ever there to begin with. Even his rockets won't go that far. The loaders he summons also won't cross that line, and the surveyors will come over to you, but they won't attack. Okay, so the fridge is one of the most annoying areas in the game, but it's not even a little bit of boss fight. Well, I'm here, so I'm going to show you how to skip the fridge. If you go into the fridge, you can fast travel to the Dust, then travel to the Highlands, and then go to the Outwash station through the back. The mission requires you to enter the fridge, but you don't actually have to go through it. So have fun not fighting any of the rats from now on. Again, not a boss, but you can jump into the water and climb up this ladder to skip the whole area. Something important to know about this Thresher. You can't kill it before its initial animation is done, but you can reduce it to 1 health, making it pretty easy to kill. Alternatively, you can hide like a bitch, that's me, around this corner and it won't attack you. Not a boss, but at this point I'm just showing you how to cheese everything, so fuck it. If you place the beacon, go into the bar, come back out, repair the beacon, save quit, then keep repairing the beacon and save quitting about 9 times, the mission just auto-completes without you seeing a single enemy. Mobley and Gettle. You fight these two in the side quest, the Good, the Bad, and the Mordecai, but I'm including them anyway. If you drive over this little mound and hit the boost at the top, you can drive your car straight over this cliff and vehicularly manslaughter them. It's the safest and fastest way to kill them. Bloodwing is by far the most difficult boss to find a cheese spot for. I'm not even the one that found it, so all credit for this cheese spot goes to Jolt's dude. He found it in his Death Trap only video. You run to the very back of the left side of the arena, grenade jump a few times, and you end up in this little weird hole. Bloodwing can't hit you from in here. Slight problem, you also can't hit Bloodwing from in here. So this one only works if you're Axton or Gage, you throw the turret, or summon Death Trap, and slowly but surely Bloodwing will die. Additional slight problem, There's no way out of this thing. The only two ways to get out of here are by double grenade jumping, which I don't know how to do, or dying. So if you don't know how to double grenade jump and you don't have a way to put yourself into fight for your life, you just have to save quit and run all the way back to Bloodwing. So just keep that in mind before you use this spot. You can probably guess how I'm gonna cheese this part. If you die, you respawn outside the arena and you just throw the turret in or summon Death Trap. Recruiting Brick has never been hard, but now it's even easier. I think most people will agree that the climb up to the bunker is more difficult than the bunker fight itself. And this is entirely because of the two constructors that you have to fight. So not only am I going to show you how to cheese the bunker, I'm going to show you how to cheese those two constructors as well. For the first constructor, you run over here to the right, jump on this pipe and run along it until you turn left and get to this staircase. You can actually hide underneath this staircase and the constructor won't be able to hit you. The loaders will come down to fight you, but they come one at a time, so they should be a lot more manageable. For the badass constructor, you can just stand outside of the giant doorway and it can't hit you. So you can either shoot it from all the way over here, or if you have a longbow turret, throw it over there. You can also run into the crate next to the badass constructor and it won't be able to hit you from in there. In fact, it'll even nuke itself to death if you give it enough time. I didn't do a great job showing this spot off though, because I accidentally got a second wind off of the constructor. Whoops. Alright, now for the bunker. All you have to do is stand outside the force field that blocks the entrance to Control Core Angel. The bunker will stop to the left and the right of this spot so you can easily shoot it, but it won't be able to hit you. Loaders will occasionally wander down here, but again, it's one at a time. They shouldn't be a problem. The only problem with this spot is you won't be able to hit the bunker when it's in its last cycle. You are gonna have to leave the spot to finish it off. If you're zero, you can just use Bore. There it is. Alright, the way to cheese Control Core Angel is really stupid. You open the door, throw in your turret or death trap, and walk back through it. There's even an invisible force field that stops bullets from going through it, so you are perfectly safe back here even before the door closes behind you. How to cheese Roland. Just let Jack kill him for you. I almost always forget that Mortar even exists because of how powerful this strategy is. You just don't fight him. For Saturn, the first thing you're going to want to do is run to the right of where these skags spawn. You can grenade jump over this fence and completely avoid all of the junk loaders. After that, you have to press the button on this elevator, but you don't have to go up the elevator. As soon as you hit the button, run back to the new U station. You can climb up on these rocks and grenade jump onto the bridge, completely skipping Saturn and the badass constructor there. Yeah, I may as well show you how to skip Heroes Pass. First, you're going to want to hug the right wall until you fall onto this little cliff, completely skipping the first area. You are going to have to fight through these enemies, but the enemies past this bridge don't spawn until Brick gets there. Jump on this crate, grenade jump onto this platform, and you can go around the door that Mordecai shoots open. After that, you're going to run past the enemies and grenade jump over this big ass hole. From there, you're just a brisk walk away from the vault. There is a way to cheese Jack, but I didn't do it in this recording. All you have to do is break his shield, and when he runs over to the moonshot console, you stand behind him and his AI just turns off. For the warrior, there are at least 3 spots you can stand in where you do not get hit at all and you can kill the warrior. For the first one, if you die or save quit, you can jump on these rocks outside the arena and shoot the warrior from there. If you're in the arena, you can stand by the exit to the Iridium Blight and he won't be able to hit you. Chrysalisks will spawn that can hit you there though, so it's not my favorite spot. The best spot, in my opinion, is right next to the ammo refill stations on the far right of the arena. If you jump up on these rocks, not only can nothing hit you, you're also right next to the ammo refill station and you can hit it from on top of the rocks. So even if you don't have guns that are good for killing the warrior, which I didn't, you will never run out of ammo. It'll just take a really long time. And that's how you cheese every single boss fight in the main story of Borderlands 2. Now here's how to cheese every single raid boss in Borderlands 2. B. Salvador. Patron shoutouts. If you want to vote on what challenges I do next and see my videos a week in advance, the link is in the description. The biggest of thanks to the biggest of boys, Chody, who once started drawing a sketch for fun, and that's how the Mona Lisa was made. Extra special thanks to Shedder Dude, who eats everything with a fork. He even drinks water with a fork. If anything, it's impressive. US Navy Squid, who was raised in a laboratory to be the ultimate weapon. The scientists gave up when they realized it wasn't a gun, it was a human person. McBaconator, who takes criticism really well, and you better not try to tell him he doesn't, he will be upset. Craig's Cottage, whose favorite color is green because it reminds him of the blood of his enemies. He's also colorblind. Tajin Perry, who is a member of the secret society that decides what Oreo flavors to make. One Pump Man, who is the world's second greatest detective. He can't figure out who the best is, though. Slate James, who has an army of sloths that obey every order. Yeah, they don't get much done. Special thanks to Tarkus Lives, who can. You may think he can't, but he can. Dwarvo, who decided to live in the jungle for years to learn the power of friendship. It didn't work, there was no one else there. Professor Sequoia, who always remunerates. Whatever that means. Wabaki, whose goal is to one day be a country. Not be in a country, he wants people to live on him. Theo Watson, who embarked on a quest to find a lost treasure in the jungle, but all they found was Dwarvo. Rhododendron, whose immune system is so strong that when he got the flu caught a cold. And Christopher A. Lee, who has been to the core of the earth. Hot. It was hot.